Hello there. They call me Mystery. Now, there seems to be this general dislike out there, in public opinion, for people going on strike and rallying and using the power of collective action. Things that might bring a temporary halt to workplaces, interrupting daily life in a city or a community. Or maybe this is just the way it's portrayed in the media, the tool used to shape public opinion. Now, let's just be clear here. Working People's Organisation is so ridiculously important, it completely shapes our lives. Those 2 days that you have on the end of your week that you enjoy so much, the ones referred to as the weekend, that exists because workers struggled for it. The fact that working 24 hours a day is not acceptable, that there are work health safety standards, minimum wages, sick leave, holidays, just to name a few, drives home the fact that when working people organise, they get wins for everyone. This is a result of class warfare, just to name it dramatically, between the owners of the economy and those that work for a living. This is why the media wants you hating on people going on strike and having you think it's just another inconvenience, because it is an inconvenience. But to the rulers of the economy, mostly, they hate working people organising themselves, so we should love it. We have lots to be thankful for. So let's investigate the importance of economic struggle.
My name is Mystery. For reasons unknown, I have been thrown back into the past almost 100 years, and this is my story.
So before we get into why striking is important and how you should be supportive of it, apart from the fact that it's a recognised human right by the UN, we should briefly look at what work is from the standpoint of the owners of businesses and the economy. The premise of work, being hired for your labour, be it mental or physical or both, is productive consumption. Now, what does that mean? Ready? While working, employees put into action capital. Capital in the form of machines, raw materials, buildings, goods, technology. Basically all the things that a company has invested in to start up its operation. Workers are needed to work to transform investments into new and additional values. They work, and this creates the return on investments. Knowing this is greatly empowering to employees. For if the workers are all to stop working collectively, there is no value created and the company is at a loss. Whether that be for 5 minutes or 2 months, it doesn't matter. It has investments sitting around doing nothing. Owners aren't going to get in there and start doing the work of a whole group of employees. This is an immensely powerful idea. Employees have power collectively. Now you hear this line from business owners, conservatives, and suck-ups to the rich and powerful. Bosses are doing you a favour. They take all the risk and give you a job, so consider yourself lucky. The response to that is, yeah, well, I'm protecting their investments by working on them. Shouldn't they pay me more to continue to protect their investments? Without me, they would lose all of their value. It is a two-way street. If it's truly an agreement between bosses and employees, business owners don't hire you as a favour. They need you just as much as you need them. And so, clashes between owners of businesses and collections of workers is an ongoing arm wrestle, a balance between keeping workers productive to maintain suitable profits for owners against the achievement of higher wages, better working conditions, and benefits for employees. Wages and better conditions are determined by the respective power of these two combatants, bosses versus unions. But in a capitalist economy, business owners will always have the edge. Owners can reorganize their business practices, hire and fire, and weaken the position of organized workers. This means that any victory workers have will be temporary and liable to be eroded once the balance of power shifts back to the employer. Look at the rise of neoliberalism, for example. Since the 1970s, neoliberal policy has destroyed the global union movement. Coincidentally, inequality levels have risen, secure work has been diminished, and precarious employment, the gig economy, is now becoming the new normal. But here's the really important thing. Workers' organising is not just good for temporary workplace and economic gains. When workers organise, get involved in strikes and rallies, they confront their employers. They even feel the power of the state machine against them by challenging the system itself. This experience clashes with their understanding of the world as this fair and equal place. They feel firsthand the injustices of the legal system, the weakness of elected officials to support the cause of working people, and they feel the crushing power of police forces who are sent in to strike break, suppress freedom, and protect private property. But importantly, this organisation is what breeds class consciousness and the knowledge that the system is not designed for the people, but the rulers of the economy. Through everyday battles, workers can acquire confidence and the organisation skills necessary to take on a more revolutionary role. And so, real wins for working people will only happen if economic struggles are then transformed into political struggle. A political struggle being the struggle of class against class. If economic struggle is striking for a shorter working day, political struggle would be to force through an 8-hour working day into law. This is why you have Labour parties, social democratic parties, socialist parties in global politics. They were created to ensure those wins by working people became legislation. It is the combined economic and political struggle that forms the class consciousness needed to revolutionize society. Strikes and industrial action won't change the world, but it is the birthplace of the next revolution, the people's revolution. Now, if you thought this was interesting, give it a like, leave a comment, and share it with someone who should hear this. And subscribe for more. There is much to learn before we can unlock the revolution. Remember, I am, you are, we are a mystery.